The court of King Ottmar. Shades of my former existence. Proud and self-absorbed. Surrounded by all the finery of the realm. Secure in their ignorance. As I walked among them, I smirked, thinking of the carnage that would befall them at the hands of the legions of the Nemesis. Glorious flames, and the inevitable rape and pillage. Out of my way, peasant! The stench of the fields hangs over you like a pall.
The king sees no one. He is in mourning for the princess.
He'll be in mourning for his kingdom soon, and he'll mourn for you even sooner if you don't get out of my way!
Ooh.
And so I won my audience, such as it was, with Ottmar. He cared not for the invading armies from the north, only of the plight of his child.
A birthday present. To celebrate her birthday, I declared a contest. Whoever created the finest doll in the realm would be granted a royal favor. Hundreds of dolls were brought, but the winner was obvious. Elzivir, the doll maker, created a toy of such beauty that all were captivated by it. And all he would take in payment was a lock of her hair. Soon after, she became like this, a lifeless puppet. Whoever restores her to her former self shall have this kingdom.
Thus, my hunt for the doll maker began.
And that, folks, is why you never, ever, ever buy dolls or other assorted toys from random peddlers.
My daughter. I fear I shall never hear her delicate laugh again. Oh.
Ottmar slumped on his throne like a rag doll, his beard matted with tears of his own self-pity. In my court, he would have long since been usurped by one stronger, but in Willendorf they worshipped him, even in his weakness. I wondered what Willendorf would do when Ottmar's death finally arrived. Through whispers of the court, I learned that the army of the Last Hope, Willendorf's proud militia, was in no condition to fight the invading legions of the Nemesis. They were busy scouring the lands to the north in search of the dollmaker and Ottmar's daughter. I also learned of a tunnel, which would take me rapidly from Willendorf to the suspected area.
Hey folks, Keric here, and welcome back for more Blood Omen. As you can tell by the huge amount of video at the start of this video, quite a lot going on. So instead of being able to help us, Ottmar's kind of knocked himself out of the game because of his daughter. She's lost her soul to Elzivir the dollmaker, so we're going to have to sort out that little problem before we can sort out the bigger problem of the Nemesis. Wandering through this area with Noble Illusion on. Basically, I don't want to fight anything. May as well make use of it while I can. So yeah, in this episode we'll be making our way through part of the Nemesis army lands. I'm not sure. He's obviously invaded part of the realm, so we'll be making our way through that area. And we'll also be making our way up to Elzivir the Dollmaker, the battle itself. I'll leave the battle, I think, for the next episode. So currently, quite a bit to do in this video. There's also likely to be about possibly 3 more after this. And then we should be finished with this game totally, which is kind of good. It's been dragging on a little bit, so I don't want to push ahead and get it finished up. So for now, it's just a case of making our way out of the basement. Oh, too many things. Things everywhere. Thank God I can take a hit. I think that kind of sums up my playstyle. If it hits you and it doesn't kill you, you're probably doing okay. Nothing to do with skill whatsoever. Purely about endurance. I don't think we need to save, so sort it. Alright, out of the castle, and we begin to see the Nemesis. God, that's such a bad word. I mean, how do you describe his army? The Nemesis's army? The army of the Nemesis, that's it. Bloody hell, saved myself a hell of a lot of sibilants. Right, we begin to bump into the army of the Nemesis. His soldiers are the dodgy looking ones with lots of spikes. Again, the mace pretty much takes care of any humanoid enemies, letting you drink the blood pretty easily with a minimum of fuss. Getting both at once. So for now, this is more like a sightseeing mission. We want to pretty much get the hell out of here and make our way into the area in which Elzivir lives. That will be our primary objective. But like I said, we pretty much have to go through these lands which have been invaded. So there's quite a bit to see in the meantime. Just make our way around the back. Try and find a way out of this area. Oh, come on. You should be easier than that. The little bastards. Are they? Wow.
The heart of
I'm not sure. They haven't been a problem up till now. I wonder if it's actually the direction they're facing, whether the axe swing is actually a little bit quicker whenever they're facing vertically rather than horizontally. I ain't sure is the answer. But they killed me once and I don't really want to take a whole load of chances either. Right. I'm wondering if we need to open up that gate. Yeah, shit, we do. That was cheeky. I got killed for nothing. Nope. Obviously, the axe guys. Oh, there's two of them, of course. The one in front has got like a hand axe thing. Half a bat'leth. Okay, we're gonna have to take him out some other way. Blood gout will do. Shit, there's a few of them, aren't there? Bloody hell. It seems to be the main issue with all of the armies of the Nemesis. There are just so many of the buggers. Thankfully, for a very short period of time, we've got infinite mana and it's gone. Okay, this should be fun. Yeah, they do actually seem to be two different types. The one underneath there, the armour on the back slightly lighter in colour. And he's carrying an axe. The one on top has almost got like knuckle dusters. Oh shit, I've got no mana. Bollocks. Do I waste another battery? Probably not, in all fairness. Let's give it a couple of seconds, wait for it to bloody reset. This is one of the reasons why if you happen to stumble across a Spirit Forge which deals in energy batteries, energy banks, whatever they're called, you probably should stock up on quite a few of them. There we go. Just hope I hit him. Wouldn't it be an absolute twat if I totally missed him there? Right, gate open. Fine, at least we've got access now. I suppose it helps that they actually stand still for the first attack. The other guys move a little bit faster. I guess you need to hit them with the weapon. Yep. They need to be a little bit back, otherwise they just cancel your attack with their own. That's going to be annoying. Annoying as hell! Ooh! I'm just not going to fight you, to be honest. I wish friggin' Noble Illusion worked. At least the sword ones are going to have a slower attack. They definitely seem to have a faster... No, you know what it is. It'll be the same issue that I have with the werewolf form. Wolf form, whatever the hell it is. It takes up more room vertically than it does horizontally. And just stuff it to hell. I'm not even going to deal with it. Yeah, so realistically, if the area in which they sweep their weapon is a little bit bigger vertically, that'll explain. Considering the position and issues I've been having, I think it's probably close to the truth. Anyway, I'm rambling. I do like the yellow boots. Kind of fit in with the, you know, blood red armor. Bright yellow boots. Very styling. Okay, so round the corner we have another bat statue. This means at the very least we can come back here if need be. Realistically, all I want to do is rush through this area. I don't really want to spend a lot of time hanging around. They tend to be a little bit pushy for my liking. Far too many small, thin, measly corridors.
This was once the most academic of cities, housing some of the most prestigious universities in all of Nosgoth. While I would not weep over lost tomes, I detested the sight of scars left upon the world at the hands of the Nemesis.
So yeah, lots of sights to behold between now and when we actually bump into Elzivir. As you can tell, the Nemesis is doing the usual rape and pillage. Couple of extra freebies there. A refill on the magic meter is more than welcome, I think. Don't have to worry about what's going on in the background too much. Just kind of take away the general feeling that his armies are very brutal and do nasty things, and you're pretty much there. It is actually important for the storyline that you kind of notice that, so I think the game designers tended to go a little bit overboard. As you can tell by the bodies on spikes, they're making it blatantly clear that it's not a nice army. This isn't a very good war. Unlikely that these guys are going to have a game of football at Christmas time. Just try and clear a few out while I've got him under control. And hopefully give ourselves a clear path, rather than having to fight them ourselves. They definitely take a lot more damage off each other than they do from Kain. We're going to have to go the long way around as well. And his mace is faster than mine, bollocks. I need to move. There we go. Just need to make sure that first hit actually hits him when they're far enough away to allow time for the second one. The only good thing about these guys is being big, bulky, manly types. They've got a hell of a lot of blood in them. Tasty, tasty blood. So instead of the usual piddly little drips, you actually get, I don't know, what's a big amount of blood? A leg full? An arm full? I don't really know. But yeah, you can pretty much take a beating off them and recover fairly quickly, so it's not too much of an issue. And thankfully we're getting to be quite near the top, which is the exit for the screen. Just take care of the last few stragglers and make our way out. I should say really from this point on is where the proper interesting story begins. The events that will happen from now onwards are pretty much referenced in every other game. Big statue of the Nemesis himself there. Always nice to see your enemy. So yeah, all of the events will be referenced in the other games in the series, and god, that's a lot of tent. I could make a joke about intense, but I don't think I'll leave it up to your own imagination. I'm sure you can come up with far worse puns than me. So, if I remember correctly, we need to go over to the left. And this should take us out of kind of Nemesis controlled lands and into, hopefully, Elzivir's domain. Why am I not hitting you? You strange little creature. What on earth? Okay, we'll just blast him. Oh shit, is it a doll? Bet you it is. That would make sense really, wouldn't it? Now, I'm gonna have to open the gate myself. Oh, he's unfriendly bastard. Still having a ranged puppet to control isn't a bad thing. take out a few of these while I've still got some strength in my arms. Although I'm guessing that if the puppets are not going to have blood, so this might be another one of those areas. Flame sword out in that case. If we don't need you for blood, we're going to burn you. Yeah, that seems to work pretty well. We'll just make our way through burning and searing and doing what comes naturally, really. At the end of the day, they're just a puppet. We don't really care. We didn't care for humans, so why the hell would we care for puppets?
Is lethal to a vampire's well-being.
So yeah, lethal snowfall. Wonderful. The building in the centre is where Elzivir is. As per usual, I'm going to have a little bit of a wander around and see if there's anything I'm missing. Okay, there's a whole other screen up here. Gorilla dogs and... Should really have taken some blood from him, but hey. Ugh, just a little village. Hoping there's something worthwhile up here now. Unfortunately, the game has a couple of decent double bluffs in it where you get a whole area that looks like there should be a secret in it and there never is. Come on, just looking for a little area with some prizes. Couple of energy banks, that'll be nice. Came back into the world of dolls. Is that it, really? I already have full mana, I don't really need it. No. I don't want you either, to be honest. Go and die. So enter the lair of your master and teach him the error of his ways. Some of the best music in the game. Creepy as fuck. Pretty much all of the enemies in this area will be dolls. Again, no blood. So just keep an eye on your health bar. I think realistically Flame Sword's probably the best for this area. And we're gonna have to mind control him, aren't we? There we go. That wasn't very fair at all, now was it? Explosive teddy bears. Has that actually just fucked up my ability to get that switch? Yup. Bollocks. Alright, we'll have to go the other way then, I guess. I hope that wasn't central to the bloody story. See if we can make him reset. That one certainly has. Just need to be aware that once he's mind controlled, the teddy bears of rampant death will come for us. I wonder if we can take them out. Indeed we can, that might be an idea. Get rid of those little bastards first. And then hopefully I love the way his ghost body dies and another ghost body forms. Try and activate these teddy bears while I'm here. Give me one less job to deal with. Must be catching on the door, I guess. Oh well, doesn't really matter if he kills me anyway. No. Nice being able to one-shot stuff. Especially from a distance. Okay, run. Why, it's so much smaller than the enemies that it's supposed to be representing. There we go, dead. Really, I should have ignored that considering the fact I'm directly under that area. Okay. At least Kain's a little bit more fleet of foot. That might explain why there's two at the bottom. Give you a little bit of a chance to get out. Everywhere you go, there's people stuck to walls. The vague moment of panic there, thinking, Christ, is that water or ice? Thankfully it's ice. And up we go. And into the next area. As per usual in the game, it's pretty much a case of taking out the wings and then carrying on into the central area. Each wing pretty much like the last one. Nothing too taxing in terms of puzzles. Well, for normal people. I'm not going to speak for myself, to be honest, because I've just proved myself wrong. Alright, we learned from our last mistake. Take out the killer teddy bears first. One down. And two. And we can actually pick up the item. Come on, die. There we go. And there we go. Oh, nice. Couple of good items there too. Always handy. Oh, straight into a bloody killer teddy bear. Wonderful. Right, free drink. And I guess we're going to have to hit that switch. So let's get that out of the way. And make our way into the next area. Come here, you little shit. Burn the teddies. Burn all soft toys. And I think that actually does this for this one. Really isn't a lot to this area at all. Alright, this is slightly confusing. I did actually think the game had kind of buggered up at this point, but as you'll see eventually it hasn't. trying at this point to see if I can break down these barrels at all, which isn't going to happen.
Ve Victus! Ve Victus!
I've also kind of got it in my head that there possibly was an enemy up at the top,
Flame sword.
and that somehow using the mind control would allow me access, but that certainly wasn't the case either. Ooh, emulator glitch. Nice. And it sounds like the music stopped as well, which is wonderful. Let's see if we can jump over the damn barrels. Oh, of course. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Probably the most obvious thing in the world whenever you actually think of it, but at that point in time I didn't think of it, so live with it. Again, this bloody thing with jumping. Alright, back to Kain we go. Burning is a hell of a lot better than clawing. And once again we'll have to employ the dog's jumping ability. At the end of this section, we should bump into Elzivir. So I'm going to be wrapping the video up fairly soon. Bloody dog. Why? Why do you make me keep switching?
Help me, kind sir!
Oh shit, I'm low. I think we're gonna have to take a drink. It's a little bit better. Have another one. And now we're back to kind of full health. See about taking a couple of these little buggers out. Problem is, whenever they're in the doorway like that, you can't really avoid the projectiles too well. And these little guys have got a really bad habit of kind of stacking right on top of you as well. At least the teddies are slow. I'm not dealing with spikes. No. So yeah, through this room, Elzivir it is. And that means it's a pretty good point at which to wrap up the video, which is what I'm going to do. I've been Keric the Pally, this has been Blood Omen. You have a good evening now.